I'm Malcolm van Delst, and this week we are flipping back to the 9-year-old CEO. I'm going to read a recap. Some of you have heard it before, but there's enough of you that haven't. So Beowulf is the 9-year-old CEO of a game development company called BOSS, which stands for Beowulf, Arduino, and Sulien. Sulien is Beowulf's younger brother. Sulien is the company's artist and sound designer, along with being a YouTube star. Arduino is their office manager. They're trying to get their first game out for Christmas. It's called Crash of Santa. They're working with a development team in Bangalore, India, comprised of leader Ravinder, developers Meena, Rajesh, and a host of others we have not met at this stage of the story. From backstory, we know that the boy's parents were captured by an evil genie, that afterwards Arduino found Beowulf in a gutter with a cat, Juniper, who refused to leave his side and is still with him, and that Sulien had been sold to child traders before Beowulf and Arduino rescued him. Crash of Santa is a madcap thing from the mind of hyperactive, hyper-intelligent Beowulf, with additions from Sulien and clarity added by Arduino. It involves a wild card character named Jack Yeeted Pants and games inside games inside games. Arduino keeps things moving in game development, but she has to respect Beowulf and Sulien's ideas. If she tries to change them, the whole company gets ensnared in a glue-like substance until she rights her deceptive wrongs. Arduino has a second life as a high-level white hat hacker that she keeps hidden from the boys. This chapter is called Sulien is a Hard Nut. Sulien is a hard nut. Like the Umturtles he designed for Crash of Santa, he's got a hard shell and pulls himself into it at times. He's like a light switch, on, off. Nope, that's not working. I'm trying to connect the Umturtles. I mean, really connect them. Like, where do they come from? Sulien adds Umturtles to Crash of Santa. The Umturtles have umbrella-like shells that are thin like skin or umbrellas, instead of hard, normal turtle carapaces. Sulien is an Umturtle. The Umturtle is a metaphor for how unsafe he felt in his home after his parents were captured by the genie. Placed in the glue-like substance that Arduino, Beowulf, and Sulien had experienced for not being true to their words, Sulien's parents struggled to escape but didn't have the strength. Arduino suspected a deep-seated duplicity that kept them prisoner. From the moment the genie bewitched the boys' parents, they could barely feed Sulien and Beowulf, let alone protect them. HE double hockey sticks, they could barely feed and protect themselves. Sulien's mom's words of care came from a distant place, lacking wings to reach him and Beowulf. Sulien's home, weak like skin. Beowulf acted out, screaming for help, while Sulien pulled into a shell a thin, inconsequential integument. Like the Umturtles, Sulien lashes out if a person gets too close. He often interprets friendly overtures as threats. Thankfully, he learned to fly in his mind. He creates a whole world where nothing makes sense, not even to him. But when you look closely at his artwork and songs, you see him expressing pain, hope, and love. You see a powerful child fighting out of the effluvium. The Umturtles, Sulien dictated in his notes for Crash of Santa, unfurl their umbrella-like shells, flap spindly wings that look like bats, and scream as they fly. Ee! 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 Mothers scream into the mouths of their children, teaching them how life is. Oh, scratch that. It's not screaming, it's fireworks. Umturtles spit fireworks as they fly, Sulien dictated in his notes for Crash of Santa. Mothers vomit sparkler oil into their babies' mouths. A young cause a sparkler, but as they mature, the sparklers become fireworks. A flock of Umturtles at night is a sight you will never forget. Next chapter. This Bible is, Ravinder struggled to find a word, is pieced together in a day, quipped Meena, flipping through the pages. It's like a BuzzFeed article, full of bad grammar and missing bits. Yes, Ravinder assented. What's this? Rajesh asked, holding up a blank page. Those are to be filled out by the young artist, that YouTube kid, Sulien. That kid's doing art for this game? Uh-huh, Ravinder nodded. He's one of the company's owners and the brother of the CEO. Right, said Meena. Well, let's get to work on this. Make that money. Grab that cash. Butcher that pig. She grinned at her boss and co-worker, who grinned back and held up their hands for a high five. Crash of Santa, the Bible. Condensed into a few pages because it would be pretty ridiculous to put the whole thing in here. In Crash of Santa, the player collects items and completes tasks to make Santa's crashes more and more spectacular. No one dies in these crashes. Santa and the reindeer jump, spin, and dance. They become superpowered, fly, and bounce higher and higher as the sleigh and its contents explode and burn. They get cool new outfits and power-ups, and the crashes get better and better. Note that when Beowulf read this, he said that he liked it more than his original idea for the game, which was to have the player race to deliver all the presents before Christmas, while Jack Yeated Pants tried to sabotage them. This allows for more freedom in game design and special effects, he said to Arduino, and I never wrote the other idea down, so you're not breaking the pact to tell my words. Good, Arduino had replied. Note also that Arduino's spelling and grammar, well, they reflected the speed at which she wrote 237 pages in one day. Here's the opening to the next section, for example. Santa's Crush of Santa op opens with a child. I've fixed her errors. No one but a well-paid dev team could wade through that. Crash of Santa opens with a child, you, watching an epic fight between two Santas, one good and one bad. When the bad Santa wins, you step in and clone good Santa, who assumes that because you are young, you know all about technology and how to use it. But he's wrong. You've watched a few YouTube videos about cloning, hedgehogs, turtles, angry birds. There's a dog named Dogmeat that would keep coming back after death. You want to save Santa and Christmas. You've got your eye on a shiny new bike. So you grab some of good Santa's DNA and start cloning. You make mistakes. You tell these mistakes to run away. Hide. You get the hang of things, even figuring out how to tweak DNA, and since it never made sense to you that an old, overweight man could deliver all those presents, you update him and make him eternally young and ripped. When good Santa wakes up, he can't believe his luck. He puts you on the good list forever. You smile because you know you're going to get your bike. You and Santa share a firm handshake. Then he leaves to deliver presents and you go home to bed. Boss fights galore, 8-bit gore, worlds forevermore, great musical score, puzzle game core, characters going through the door, dialogue and lore, investors roar. Note that it wasn't my place to fix anything other than grammar. Characters going through the door? That's what she wrote. Note also that going forward, I'm not going to put the game Bible quotes in italics. They make it hard to read.